is going on, everybody? Hopefully, y'all having a good Saturday morning. I know I missed last week. Last week, Nick Bearded Beanie came out. Last time I'll get to see him before he moves, but he's out there doing his thing. So shout out Bearded Beanie for getting going on that move. Sad, but yep, that's why I missed last week. But we're back. Hopefully, everyone's having a good Saturday morning. Week went by kind of quick, which was nice, but it still felt quite hectic. I got my oldest one and Cameron out at the Salt River. There he is. We'll be floating down Salt River for a few hours. I don't like water, so I skipped out. Said no, thank you. Opted out for that. We did it a few years ago. It wasn't bad, but I'm not one to partake in water sports or whatever you want to call it. That's all good though. Hopefully they have fun. Hopefully they stay safe. It's always a good time going down the Salt River. I just don't like water. So it is what it is. I'm just posting something real quick, guys. What's going on, Santa Tom? J. Ricks, what's up, brother? What's going on, Baker? Hope you guys are having an awesome Saturday morning. What are you guys up to? How are you guys' week this week? You guys do anything that you're proud of? Anything you accomplished this week, or any struggles that you guys might have had this week? Let me know. There we go. Bam. Log into my own live. Always log into my own live on my phone. Usually because it keeps the link close for me to be able to send it out if anybody wants the link, you know? You can always DM it to them real fast. But yeah. Aside from that, I got very much going on this week. It's been work. Got like a 20-minute bike ride with my son yesterday, which was pretty fun. Much as I didn't want to. Usually I get off at 7, so once I'm off work, it's just really tough for me to really want to get in the mood of doing anything. So I haven't even gone to the gym in a minute. Just kind of putting that on the back burner, which I shouldn't. Excuse me, guys. But hopefully we can get back to that here soon. I know my oldest son always likes to go to the gym. Kind of like, little competition. Always pushing each other. Hey, I'm gonna do more. You gonna do more? I'm gonna do more. Yeah, by the end of the gym trip, we feel good. Put in some work, but we haven't in a while. So hopefully this week we can get back to that and get to feeling a little better too. So I always feel really good after I go to the gym. I felt really good after getting that bike ride. It was only 20 minutes. Like I said, get off at 7. There's only about 30 minutes left. Like good daylight. Then after we pull the bikes down, make sure the tires are good because they end up losing air. I haven't gotten new tubes, which is fine because they're going to go flat, but that'll take a few minutes. How to get my speaker so we can bump while we ride down the road. And it turned out to be about 20 minutes. Kind of teaching them how to stay vigilant while we're riding down the street because he likes to, you have fun, right? But you still got to stay vigilant of the cars around you because they're not looking for you. So kind of just teaching them that. And probably utilize like the evenings on the weekend. It's going to start getting really hot out here. To try to ride a little further every day. It's like 12 or 13. I was riding miles away from my house. Granted, I grew up like a smaller town. I was like 10. We moved to 11 when I moved to AZ. So it was, small town. Oh goodness, what's going on today? Excuse me, guys. Yeah, I'd probably, like my school wasn't close by, or his school's just right down the road, right in the neighborhood. For us, we had to ride a few miles, so at his age, I was already riding a little whiles away. Um, yeah, just kind of using that moment also to kind of just bond with them, teach them something. It's like we can't ride in the bike lane. Like, all right, you can ride in the bike lane, but you got to stay all to the right. They'll be veering off to the left. But it was a good time. Um, you didn't think you would want to go to River today. Told him if you don't want to go, don't go. You don't have to. We can go ride. He goes, I'll go, and then we can ride when I get back. I'm like, boy, you're gonna be sleeping by the time you get back. You know that. He'll probably fall asleep in the car and recharge for a minute. Goodness gracious, what is going on? But yeah, woke up, took a shower, got ready. You know, getting mad at my beard, kind of doing like this weird little thing where it kind of starts splitting to the sides at the bottom, even despite the fact that I used heat on it. I think I'm gonna have to go back to the old round brush routine. Just catch up on some of these comments, guys. Sorry, just posting it on the IG real quick. Sean Baker, got Dave in here. Got Jay Rick, Santa Tom. Got 30 Spray Ray. What's going on? 30 Spray Jay. I got you. What's going on, Jay? Did you get to sleep in? Got Tynamo. What's going on, Ty? No, Tynamo says he's got a Father Sunday. Shout out Quinn. What's going on, brother? That's hilarious. If you ever hear Santa Tom saying he's going to the gym, call 911. It's code for I'm being held hostage. I mean, I'm kind of to that point right now in my life. The thing is with me, like, I'll start going and I start doing like I'll fully commit and I'll start going like 7 days a week. And I will drastically change my eating habits. Sleep is kind of hit or miss because like sometimes I just can't fall asleep, so it's kind of one of those things where I'm hit or miss. Once I start getting consistent, though, the sleep thing kind of starts, going pretty good. But I'll commit and I'll just go 7 days a week, and then I'll slowly start tapering back as soon as I feel like I've lost, some good or gained some good. And I'll taper back to like 4 days a week. But with getting off at 7, it's just so hard. I know the gym opens up at 5, but then we gotta, wake up, get the kids to school. Sometimes I'll take them to school. Other times I'll sleep in from just staying up way too late. Usually have to stay up at 12 to clock out. So kind of schedule's kind of a little messed up. So it's a little hard to get to the gym at this point. I guess like a bit of an excuse because there's always time, but when I do it, I just like to do it good. I'll commit real hard to it. So I'll end up going like 7 days a week, and then like I said, drastically change my eating habits. And then at the moment, like our fridge is, thankfully, I'm not complaining. I'm grateful that we've got food in the house, but there's not space in there for like meal prep or anything, which is something I like to do as much as possible. Not too much, but just enough for like at least like lunches, breakfasts, dinners. Depends on what I make. Usually, if I make like ground turkey, then I'll using that for like breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or sometimes both, sometimes all three. Since I work from home, it's nice that I can just cook my lunch. So I'll pull, some chicken breast or a steak or something, throw it in the air fryer, make it real quick. I don't really like to meal prep chicken too much because I don't like the way it tastes when you reheat it. It's kind of weird. So, but yeah, it's kind of where I'm at this point. So figured, getting some bike rides in before it starts really heating up. Although I don't really care. Like once it's in the evening, although that's like the hottest time to be out, I don't mind really busting a little bike ride here and there. Then that means I gotta switch to super early morning, which I'm not a morning person. And then, making sure that I'm pretty much done with it probably by 7 to 8, because that's when it starts getting like the 80s, probably about 80 degrees by 8 o'clock out here in the summer. So all right, Quinn, my man right there. What do y'all got planned for the weekend? So we're going with the Ghost. So the basketball. It's got like the little texture to it, like the basketball. So this is the Ghost Peach. Ghost Peaches. Shout out Peter Beanie Nick. Brought me this down last weekend when he came out. That's why I didn't go live. Nick's not very much to do live stream, so I was like, oh, I'll just skip. Yeah. I'll be moving, so came down to kind of here say bye to us, which is cool. But I'm not too big on the peach flavor, and I'll tell you why. It's just still my fault. In high school, I started chewing, and I did gold peach, and it just grossed me out so bad that anything peach flavor has to be like the right peach. If not, it's a no-go for me. So I guess let's give it a little. And see, that one's not bad. That one's not bad. This is one that I'd probably get again. Except they don't have them down here. We found it up north. Just crazy how different regions get different, especially for Arizona. You figure that they have all of the same ones everywhere in Arizona, but no. Yeah. He brought me a couple Red Bulls, a Ghost Electric Lemonade, which is actually really good. Had really good lime flavor to it. C4, the Hawaiian popsicle one, which is really good. A couple Red Bulls, the frosted vanilla ones, which I could not find anymore. I got one down here and I couldn't find it again. The displays were up, but it was all regular ones. So I'm kind of saving those back in the fridge, just, kind of like a rainy day type of thing. What's going on, Cousin Archie? More like 105 easy heat is brutal. Yeah. Like, yeah, by 9, it's pretty hot. So if I did a bike ride in the morning, I'd have to get up fairly early to do it. But yeah, yesterday evening was nice. It was toasty, but it wasn't like crazy hot. So I was like, oh no, we're not gonna go. We opened up the garage. I'm like, it's not too bad. Let's go. So we rode through the neighborhood. I really just need to look at a map of the neighborhood and see how we can map it to where we can go and then come back, down like a different street, and then kind of make a little, a little plan so we can go through like almost every street, but not end up having to double back and kind of thing. All the neighborhood has like the bike lane, so we can always use the bike lane. I always prefer for my son to use the sidewalk. Okay, like in the actual neighborhood, they don't have no bike lane, obviously, but people are usually pretty mindful. So yeah, got my little speaker. I gotta find a little clip for it because it has a hanger for it, but it's not one you can clip. So I gotta find one I can clip so I can clip it to the bike because I just had like on the brake lever, so I had to keep holding it so it doesn't fall off, wobble off or whatever. So I was kind of but definitely it was good. Felt good when I got back, that's for sure. But we'll see what time he gets back today. Because if you want to go at least maybe 6:30. I think if we go at 6:30, we get back almost by 7:30, or a little before 6:30 to get like an hour in. I think it'd be pretty good. I'd be happy with that. Be a good little bike ride. And I find that clip that I can jump off the curb with them. He has this little ramp, but I'm kind of scared to now. If the roads were actually really, really smooth, I wouldn't mind doing like skateboarding down them. But I like to push way too much. It's like, man, no. Oh, the other weekend was late night, and I went for a little skateboard ride around the neighborhood. I'm kind of hesitant though because like you could hear the board rolling down the street, so it's like I'm sure everybody in their house could probably hear like what is going on. So I don't want to be that nuisance, but I was like, you guys got to go for a little ride. It's raining, so I'm making a sheet for it for my daughter. Dope, dude, that's awesome, man. I miss those days. I have a picture of us making a fort. Took all the couch cushions and we made it out of couch cushions. We didn't get all fancy with like a sheet. In my daughter's room, we have like her cousins come over, like we're making a fort. So we ended up putting the sheet. We stuffed it into like the drawers on her dresser and then pulled it back over. We had like the ring light kind of holding part of it too. I want to get her like a little tent for her bed, like to go over it. She wants a canopy. But I feel like the tent makes more sense because I feel like she wants more of a tent than a canopy. But yeah, man, miss those days, the good old days. Remember one day, I don't know, I think my son was sick. I just remember I ended up taking the day off. I said, guess what, dude? We're going to go somewhere today. And I want to say he was in kindergarten. So, like, you're not going to go to school today. I'm just going to you just stay home and hang out, okay? And I ended up taking him to Peter Piper. He ended up calling it the big pizza store forever. Like, forever. He was like the whole, probably up to like, till like third grade. He'd be like, Dad, remember when I went to the big pizza store? And the little butt didn't even eat pizza, dude. I think he had like maybe one slice. And he just wanted to play the entire time. So, all right, here you go. So, it was a good time, though. It was fun. I've done that with my daughter, too. And I did with both of them. Heck, it's like almost it was like a week we ended up having to stay home. He ended up getting hand, foot, and mouth. He wasn't going to school yet, but he got it from daycare, and I ended up getting it from him, which was crazy. And I can't remember if I went to the doctor or not. I didn't go into work to show them. They're like, "You got to go home, dude." I was like, I just want to show you so you know I'm not BSing with you." They made me go home. uh, but I think I did it because I didn't go to the doctor and I didn't get a note. So I was just like, I'm just gonna go to work and show them. It was crazy. Like we had him on our foot, obviously hand, foot, mouth, right? We just got him on our hands and feet, and he was just jumping off the couch. I'm like, dude, I can barely walk right now, dude. This hurts. And he's all jumping off the couch, getting crazy. But it was fun though. We stayed home for the week. We just hung out. It was fun. It was a pretty cool time. I only got hernia surgery. I had to stay home for like 2 weeks. I ended up watching all of House and all of Criminal Minds up until like the season they had at that time. But yeah, that was wild. It was I think I fell asleep to like half the season, but it was a good time, I guess, considering all circumstances. What's going on, Ray? You're not gonna say much today? You ain't got nothing to say? No NWA? I'm on pizza. We had pizza last night. I ended up going with Little Caesars because you can just get a lot more than with like the bigger box stores. I would have gone with one of the local spots, but again, it would just cost an arm and a leg. It was all right. They didn't cook it long enough, so it definitely had a lot of flop. I've been watching a lot of Dave Portnoy pizza review videos, so I'm like getting, influenced. And half wasn't even cut right, so I had to recut it when it got here. It was up against the box, so it was like part of it was like this on the crust. I'm like, what is going on with them? Or I'm like, did the guy do like crazy taxi driving? So I was like, all right, whatever. But even trying to get it up, it just kept flopping down. I'm like, dude, I'll go out and get a spatula. So I was fairly disappointed, but it is what it is. It was still good. We ate. No, I actually gave them to the kids. They ended up killing that bag of biscuits. And I haven't made it to the store. Maybe after the live stream I'll go and I'll get the Kinder Egg ones because those look like they're fire. You get some today? I might. Aw, Ray. I hope you're feeling all right, bud. I have not, but if you seen the reels and the person behind it, you'll know that he is actually formerly the owner of Detroit Grooming. Of course you are. I'm not gonna lie, for the price point, it's not bad. You get a lot of pizza. We end up getting, I don't know, like 5 of them or something. I don't know. You get a good amount of pizzas. We got one that I always usually get, thin crust. And then it's like the thin crust supposed to be thin and crispy. There was nothing crispy about that crust. It was a letdown. Now, I mean, usually they do good, but I usually do like sausage, black olives, pepperoni, and jalapenos. Thin crust, right? And then I'll do a thin crust pepperoni because Lindsay likes that a lot. I'll do a regular crust pepperoni because the older ones like that. And I did a 5 meats and a supreme and breadsticks with sauce. Granted, half the sauce ended up on the floor because Cameron didn't put the lid back on, and somebody came and grabbed it and didn't notice, and like $75. No, the hot and ready's are like they're under $7, or probably 7 and some change now after tax. So yeah, no, not anymore. It's kind of sad. I miss that though because you could get like 5 of those and you're good to go. Granted, I did delivery too, so like we had all that. So if I wouldn't have gotten that, it would have been like $55 or something. Lisa's wild. Lisa's wild. Oh, trying to see if Ray DM'd me. Said he'd DM me later though. Hopefully he's doing all right. If your meteor is doomed to hit us, we bucket list smoke session. You, me, Twitch, whoever else wants to join. Cares to play one last time. I always see those like articles on Google or whatever. It's like, is that really happening? Is that really gonna happen? What's going on, Chris? True North Korea's. Right on, brother. Appreciate you. Everybody, I hope everybody in here joined Chris on this walk this morning. I'm jealous. I'm like, man, I should have woke up early in time to get a walk in myself. I did that for a while, and then we were starting to walk far. Every day we started walking a little further through the neighborhood. My goal was to actually walk across the first, like the older part of the neighborhood, all the way back. One of these days we'll probably do it. Just got to start early enough. It just gets toasty. When it gets toasty, like you really don't want to, be out there. But if it feels good once you're done. Yeah. Got some more up here to God in this week. Chatting up here to God. They always hook me up too. Like these cool patches, which I thought were cool. Other patch. There you go. Bam. I showed you guys last week on IG, but I wasn't in there and missed it. Shout out to Halloween crew. Bam. There you go. 2 of those. 2 of these. Oh, there you go. And the smaller one. I don't have very much room on my cup, so I think I'm going to cut the VHC off the bottom of one of them and throw it in the cup. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, what's going on, Amber? Mark, what's up, man? All right, story time with cousin Archie. Let's go. It's a funny story about Little Caesars. One time I threw a backyard show when the rents were out of town. Oh boy! Hopefully nothing got broken. The neighbor called the cops. They showed up. asking for an adult, we said my mom went to go get pizza. That's funny. You guys ordered Little Caesars. All right, she left and went to go get soda now. It's funny. Archie throwing some ragers back in the day. Backyard show. Oh man, was it like super? I bet you it was super loud. That's probably why I called the cops. That's wild. You should have invited the neighbor. Be like, hey, you should come over, grab some pizza, enjoy some music. That's hilarious. We said my mom went to go get pizza. That's funny. No, that's wild because I know somebody posted that they got theirs. I'll reach out to him, let him know. But yeah, it's wild because I believe somebody did post theirs. Hit my guitarist mom to grab some hot and readies. She was up at 10 and talked to them. Jabronis. I heard somebody use jabroni in a while. Music teacher at the high school always used to say that. Or you meatheads. They leave, we finish the show, and after paying the bands, pizza, etc., pocketed $400. Heck yeah, that's what's up. That's funny. You called your friend's mom. She shows up with hot and ready pizzas. Heck yeah, that's what's up. Oh goodness. Did you ever tell your dad and mom about that, Archie? Oh goodness. That's good. Not bad. It's pretty good. I think that's something I'd get again. Ghost Peaches. A pair of basketball with it. Oh, the neighbor who called ratted you guys out. Oh goodness. No, the mailman just got mad at you and your fake name, so he kept them for himself. That's funny. He all snitched on you. There you go. What is everybody else up to though? That's blanket forts. What are you guys up to this weekend? Man, now it makes me wish it was raining out here to make a blanket fort. Ray, you scaring the mailman, dude. Walking out there, no shirt, your hair half cut. What's up, dude? What'd you get? Anybody pick up that Copper John's Havasu Falls? I couldn't not get that. I was like, dude, I have to. I live in AZ. I have to get it. Like, there's no way that I wouldn't get that. They don't have to rain to make a blanket fort. Maybe I can get Lindsay to make a blanket fort with me, since she's the only little here. Cameron left. I know he'd be down. We can make the ottoman one of the walls really big. Save some blanket to make a bigger one. Ooh. I'm getting some ideas on the blanket fort. Let's go. That's what's up. Blanket fort action. And we could eat the leftover pizza in there. Cold leftover pizza in the blanket fort. Let's go. Just won the oil, so you had to get the butter. Heck yeah. What's up? Did you guys end up getting that free Pensacola one too? That was like a buy one, get one, right? So what's going on, Garrett? What's up, man? What are you up to today? I was work the other night. Work night, right? That's brutal. My sister-in-law works like at 12 to 11 or 12, no, at 2 to 12:30, and she's just like dying from sleep deprivation. Maybe she woke up to go to the river today. Of course, Cameron always wakes up really early, so he woke up. He's like, "She's not even awake yet." I'm like, better wake her up. One of us always ends up waking her up before I even clock in. Like, hey, so like Friday, yesterday, drop off Cameron, grab some food. I came back. I was like, hey, are you going to work today? She goes, yeah. I'm like, it's 10 o'clock. She goes, yeah, I go in at 12 or something. I'm like, oh, you better get up. Had the weekend off, lifted in the morning, and now we are eating lunch and a bit of gaming. Right on. What kind of games do you play? If you say Fortnite, shame on you. I'm just kidding. What's going on, Melissa? What's up? Oh, I think Jay does gaming too, right? Yeah, see, there you go. My son will post videos of him doing like the Oculus gaming on YouTube now. Every once in a while, I'll come across my feed or I get that notification like, what are you doing down there? I know he did stream on Discord before doing Fortnite, which was pretty cool. It was while he was sending it to me. I'm like at work. I'm like, dude, I'm working, bro. I'm all in there. What's up, dude? He's like, that's my dad, guys. Warzone mostly till 20 Hot 3+4 comes out. Maybe try GTA when it comes out. Ooh, nice. Did you end up getting that remastered 1 and 2? To me, those are like the best ones, but 3, 4. I think maybe I missed 3, maybe 4. Which one's the one where you can see the jail or whatever? You know what I'm talking about? I ended up getting the remastered, although I can't beat it like I could the other ones, the old ones. And there's no cheat codes, unlike the OG ones. I banned Garrett from playing Fortnite when we first started dating. I feel like no Fortnite. My son played that way too much. I was like, dude, you gotta stop playing that for a little bit, bro. Like, it is too much. Man, I got some Conan Exiles time in last night. Right on. Right on. What's up? You see, I don't do very much gaming. I end up shooting the ground every time. I'm the one yelling, revive me, revive me. And I end up just dying anyways. Oh, what happened? There we go. What's going on, Corey? What's up, man? Oh, you have an amazing day too, brother. I ended up giving Nick the samples, Citrus Hollow and Saffron Shores, and he was like, man, these are so good. He's like, these are really, really good. I was like, I told you they were friggin' amazing. He's like, they are. I was really happy he got to enjoy some of the new stuff. Yeah, Mark, they're gonna do that one too now. They remastered 1 and 2, and it's pretty good. It's not bad at all. I think they did a really good job. Except I couldn't figure out how to do the free skate last time. I ended up giving up. I have before, and I couldn't get back to it. So no worries, Baker. We got to get some of that in today too. I'm just like, man, I don't want to. Been doing dish duty for like 3 days in a row now. I'm like, somebody else got to jump in, man. I'm gonna tag somebody in because it's too much. get off at 7 and bust out some dishes, and there goes the rest of the night. Tony Hawk 3-4 comes out on your birthday, July 11th. Nice. I'm the 16th, so shout out July birthdays. Right? Send me out tonight in the video game. My brother-in-law started getting me to play Call of Duty. Like forever ago now. It's like back in college. And I started kind of getting the hang of it. But yeah, it's still kind of, I don't know, because the joysticks, and I just ended up doing like this weird little deal like this. And then I'm like, where is it coming from? And I'll look the opposite direction. And I'll start shooting. I'm just shooting at the ground the entire time. Took me a little bit. It was all right, but I just don't play enough to do that. The only skateboard game you could kickflip. Got to get hyped. You got to watch all the old school skate videos and then get hyped and go out in the garage and go fall on your butt. I was watching the Barracks because I follow the Barracks on Instagram. They always post like clips, like old clips, newer clips, and they posted like that do a kickflip thing. And someone was like, "Oh, you're at Costone." He's like, "Who do you think I am?" Eric Costone. That shit was so funny. And it's later in the clip, I was like, I can't believe that whenever you say that, everybody knows what that is now. He's like, that's crazy to me. I like started as a joke and just got big. Jack Black did like I call it vlogs, not a video, like a vlog of it or whatever. He did one. There's some other people. It's pretty funny though. Yeah. And then they have like all the good music on it too, which is cool. In the original one, you see that dude go like from like the silos. I watched like an interview with the dude that did it. He said that was just so scary. He's like, just even walking up to it and looking, he like was scary. The only thing he could really think of doing over it was just like just an ollie, because he's like anything else, I don't know, it was sketchy. And I'm like, that's wild though. Like, and then yeah, like the roof gap too, like the in real life roof gap. That was also pretty cool. I think like one of the most like iconic ones is Ryan Sheckler doing like the Costco gap in California. He said like he starts like in the street just a little bit, and he goes past the sidewalk. He said, and there's like a fence, and then he drops down. And he said like the fence is actually up higher than like the takeoff, so he has to go up and over that fence. So he did that. He ollied that, and then he came back and he did a kickflip over it. Just insane though. I'm like, you just see like the impact. Oh man, I guarantee you that kid's bones hurt now, like bad. He's always known to do like a lot of big stuff like that though, especially like his younger years. There's one like they're doing like in a neighborhood, like I want to say possibly an apartment complex. This big old like platform into the street. I'm just like, wow, that's just amazing. Melissa, you do the same thing. Just revive me. That's what ends up happening every time. So I don't play. I tried playing Fortnite with my son, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know what the heck I'm doing right now. I'm like, can I just get in one of these cars and like drive? And I want to say like at that time they didn't allow you to get in them. He's like, you can't go in there. I was like, well, I don't know what to do. He's like, build. I'm like, how do you build? I'm like, he's like, build the wall. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I don't know what I'm doing. And I said, I'm done. I'm like, I'm done. I said, you can play. I'm not trying to do this. Smashing the buttons, it goes wild because you get nervous. Yeah. That's like when you play like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. I just press a bunch of buttons, and then then I'll beat my son. But then he learns all the combos for real, and then he's like, I got you. I said, well, you know all the real stuff, dude. I just press a bunch of buttons. Tony Hawk actually wanted the game delayed because they didn't want Bam Margera in the game. Tony fought to get him back in the game. Oh, what? That's wild, dude. Tony Hawk actually fought for him to be in the game. That's going to be a nice little payday for Bam, which I'm sure that he probably needs it at this point. I can see why they didn't want him in the game. I mean, do you guys blame them? I wouldn't blame the production company or whatever gaming company for not wanting Bam not in the game. Like Bam kind of did that to himself. But as of lately, he seems to be in a better space, doing better. So I think a lot of us that like skateboarding or the sport of skateboarding have kind of watched it and along the way over the past few years and whatnot. I've always been rooting for Bam to get better, get some help, and ultimately get clean because he's funny, but his vices got the best of him. It's wild because like one thing like I always notice about him, every interview he always has a name drop, and it's just like, man, just you don't have to just tell your story and just you don't have to make it all over the top. It's like it's just one of the things that I think I'm like always has to name drop, always has to like I think it's really feel that acceptance through like, oh, I'm big because I hang out with so and so, or I did this with so and so. I think that a lot of time that gets them too, because a lot of people don't want to hang out with him anymore, so they just got a lifetime full of stories, but people are just like, yeah, we don't want you in the movies, we don't want you in games, so I know like as of recently he did say like Steve-O told him like, once you get clean, dude, good things start happening for you. And Bam was like, dude, I'm trying to do it. I am, but nothing good's happening. And then finally good things do start happening. Like now I see what he meant, but it's like you have to stick to it. And then kind of just, worry about that, and then things start coming back and whatnot. I'm like, man, that's what it's about. But he's just, I don't know, he's just still stuck on like, in a way, I guess a lot of people like to say, like not wanting to grow up, taking accountability. And that's something like you have to learn to do. And like you have to hold yourself accountable for the actions that you choose to take and, the things that you do. Because that's part of being an adult. But, reportedly, he said he made like $1 million before he was 18 off the CKY videos, which he pushed himself, VHS tapes, through like local skate shops and everything. And it blew up. I'm like, that's wild though. That's hustle right there. I said my trick was riding a skateboard without falling. There you go. That's what I feel like now. End up hitting a little rock, and it's just like, oh man, flying down the street. You did do a kickflip reel? Heck yeah. I saw one where somebody that Tony Hawk was Eric Costin. That was pretty funny. What's going on, metal guy? You can skate, but no tricks. I just skating down the road's pretty fun, man. Gets you out of the house, Yes, Jay. Reportedly or allegedly, he is. I mean, you could tell that he has a little more clarity when he speaks and he does podcast interviews now. So I would like to believe that he is, just because of how he's conducting himself and how he speaks. Like you could definitely tell when he's loaded, like the way he, his voice and how he talks and like things that he does. As of like I think it's not probably closer like. Last interview I saw was a few months ago. He said it was like 100 some odd days or something. So if he's kept it going, then yeah. And like the last reel I saw this week on YouTube, he seemed to still be holding that down. He lost a lot of weight, but he doesn't do anything crazy, like any crazy drops or things like that anymore. He said it's because one of the pranks Johnny Knoxville did on Viva La Bam, where he came out of his room and put tacks on the ground and said it like messed with the bottoms of his feet. So now he can't do like a lot of tall drops and stuff. So who knows how true that really is, but but he's still he's back to skating. I say he sounds a lot more clear-headed when he speaks and he does interviews. So like I said, I've always been rooting for him, man. It's got to be tough, but it's wild to think about, like, $1 million for you, or even 18. That's insane. Tremors, nice. Tremors, the Kevin Bacon Tremors. I'd hope. I know they did a newer one, didn't they? I don't know if I remember if they're doing a new one or they did do a new one. I haven't watched any new ones, but to me, the Tremors were always the Kevin Bacon ones. Okay, the real for $5. Nice. I know he's got a Happy Gilmore one going right now. I can't wait for that to come out. That'll be fun. I know they're doing a new. Heck is it? I was just watching those. I stayed up way too late last night watching these movies. A Final Destination. I fell asleep a little bit through the fourth one. I didn't watch the fifth one. I ended up turning off the TV. But I saw that new one, so I'm like, oh man, it keep coming on the fake commercials on HBO. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just watch some of those tonight. I'm sober from alcohol 556 days today. Wow, dude, that's amazing, bro. Good for you. Heck yeah, man. Keep it going. That's what's up. Congrats on that, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Everybody make sure to throw a congrats on their chat for Steven, man. That's really, really cool. That's dedication right there and hard work. It must have been almost a year for you guys. Right on. Right on. That's really cool. Day 3 of your fast. I've been thinking of, but not too sure on not eating for a few days. But I feel like doing a fast would be a really good body and mental reset. So we'll see. What's going on, Frankie? What's up, brother? Besides Jay, anybody else in the chat do fasting? And if so, what do you feel that you've gained from it? I think my son watched it. Our oldest son watched Sinners, I believe. I think. Frankie J is going to do that today. Nice. Heck yeah. Viva Alabama's your favorite show. I'm obsessed with it. I had a Don't Feed Phil shirt. Oh my goodness. What? That's wild. Y'all made him those shirts with hamburgers on it too on one episode. That show was hilarious. It was funny. They did some funny stuff. I like the one where they take April's car and they take her PT Cruiser and make it all hot rod looking. That was hilarious. Y'all had that airplane saying "Don't feed Phil" and everything. You all tried to buy pizza somewhere else and they still knew about it. That was hilarious. They watched the Haggard movie with Bam, Ryan Dunn, Brandon D, etc. Nah, maybe. I can't remember if I did. I probably did at some point. Who remembers that rap? Brandon's rap. Chinese rap. Chopsticks. I know True knows Chris knows what I'm talking about. Yellow, you want to see me break a leg? What's going on? Yeah, I would say so. Don't think anybody else aside from Ray speaks another language. You're gonna try to do the whole 7? Oof. You got this, bro. I heard after day 2, you're pretty good on the not getting the hunger part is bad. Dude, I listen to it often, dude. Like I was driving down the road one day and I put that on. I was jamming it. There was a YouTube short of Bam bumping that in the drive-through, and then the people that were in front of him knew it, and they started dancing to it. Oh, dude, that's hilarious! Like, do people still know about that? Days water only. Yeah, see, and vitamins. Yeah, see, I heard if you do that, dude, the vitamins definitely help. Some electrolytes. Um, that's that's wild, dude. I bet you're gonna feel so much better though when you're done. You're probably gonna feel really good. Like, I've been considering it. I don't know. I was thinking of maybe doing like kind of like a liquid, but just protein shakes for like a week, and then going into like a fasting for a few days. But I don't know yet. Still iffy about it. I started doing a little bit of research on it this week, so I'll do a little more and see where I'm at on it. Day 3 is the hardest day for you. I know you all know who Kevin James is, right? That dude from King of Queens. He did like 41 days. He was gonna do that. Here Comes the Boom movie. He said he dropped like 50 pounds doing it. He said he did nothing but water and electrolytes for like 41 days. I'm like, that's insane, dude, for not eating for that long. It's wild. You see like the side by side picture. I'm like, holy heck, that's day and night difference. I don't know what this share your referral link thing is on here. I think it's like remote StreamYard, huh? That's wild. Oh goodness. Oh, like Easter, right? Getting the chocolate bunnies. The first time ever in my life I had one of those chocolate bunnies. My kid left it on the counter and never grabbed it. So I was like, you know what? Now it's mine. Been there for a week. Now it's mine. That's got to be tough, man. Cooking for the kids, knowing that you can't have none. Whoa. Heck no. Oh, this week I've been eating some of those White Castle spicy chicken rings. Pretty good. Throw them in your fryer for like 7 minutes. Dude, they come out just perfect. Right? Jay is a beast, dude. I don't know if like I said, I'm thinking about it, but I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm so hesitant. That would have been hard yesterday. Everybody all getting down on pizza. I've been like, no, just give me a piece. I'm getting better at English, but the slang I struggle with. Well, I mean, I always like get the apps too to kind of help, I guess, but they don't really like the slang too much. I think maybe more like an Urban Dictionary, maybe. I don't know. Where are you from? We know what Mark's going to do later today. He's going to go look up Brandon's rap and listen to it like 10 times in a row. Oh! All fast. Sometimes Wednesday after lunch to Friday just before I work out if I don't go Thursday. Right on. Right on. Yeah, I don't. There's a reel on Dana White that I watched earlier this week. He did like the 72. Now, who knows how true these pictures are, like how real, like they're really from like that period. But just like those 72 hours that he did it, like I was like, wow, that's insane. Like the difference. Um, and he said he still, I believe in that one, he said he still went to the gym and whatnot. If not, it may have been somebody else. I said they still went to the gym and still went just as hard. I'm like, that's insane, dude. On no food, like, oh goodness, from Bangladesh. Right on. Yeah, welcome to the channel. See, I told you, Mark's gonna go and listen to Brandon's rap like 10 times in a row. You're like, I know all the words now again. Now I'll probably have to go listen to it 10 times. Yes, I haven't done it in a while. Is going to yard sales. Thinking maybe today to hit some up, but they usually stop around like 2. Yeah, dude, those White Castle chicken wings are amazing. And then we ran out of ranch, man. I was so sad. So I ended up using some Chick-fil-A sauce. Yeah, that Polynesian Chick-fil-A sauce isn't bad either. Um, for Easter, instead of cooking anything or whatever, like a traditional meal, we just ended up doing White Castle sliders. We got both kinds. Now I kind of wish we would have got all 3 kinds. But then I was stuck eating those like every day for like almost a week. I was like, I'm so burnt out on them. We got a White Castle in Arizona now a few years back in Scottsdale. I told everybody on Easter, I said, forget you guys. I ain't gonna make any of this. I'm just gonna drive myself to the White Castle in Scottsdale and have some there. Leave you guys here. I've never actually been to one, so I've only had like the freezer section one. So if I go, then I have to do the Harold and Kumar order, right, with the fries and diet cherry coke. See, I told you. That Brandon's rap song is ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. Like, like I don't even know like how he even came up with that. I don't know if I count Dana's fast, legit fast. He only did 24 hours, nothing but water, and after that, he added bone broth. Oh yeah, see, he didn't say that in the reel, but plus I don't really know how true like pictures are or whatnot. But he said he did 72. I've heard a lot of people do like add the bone broth. I've heard some people do like they'll do like a 7-day, and then they slowly start introducing fruits and bone broth into their diet again before going full solid. Because if they do full solid right out of the gate, like steak and chicken, all that, it just messes with them. But I'm still doing some research on it. I don't know. We'll see. Yep. That's where I get the chicken rings. I did them for 7. I think if I did it for 8, it'd probably be even way better because it'd be just a little bit more crispy. We air fried the burgers too. We threw them in for like 360 for like 4 minutes. But set 8 minutes, and then they were like super crunchy, like the bread. So then we did 4, and it still turned out really good. But we had like a big long Tupperware full of them, and another one full of taquitos, dude. I'm like, dude, I'm just like, there's no way I'm gonna eat this for a while at this point. So like, when I went back, I said, dude, I haven't got the chicken wings in a minute, so I grabbed those. They're pretty good. I believe the scent is Nocturnal by Beardman. It's my first time trying Beardman. I ordered them a while ago when they had that $10 sale. So I threw in their oil and liquid butter today. First time trying that Nocturnal scent is green apple. It's got some raspberry in there. I believe it's got some whiskey, some other stuff I can't remember, but it's a really nice scent. I think it would make a phenomenal candle. Heck, I'd even wear it for cologne. You know why? I did 1 day nothing, 2 days now just water. I mean, there's different ways of doing it, I guess. I mean, that's you're not eating solid foods, right? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really follow UFC too much or know very much about Dana White. I just do know that a lot of people think he's kind of a fool. Alley Cat, I benched oil and butter for me. Nice. I never tried that one. I had Ruckus, and that's about it. And then Beanie, I swapped Beanie for that. What was it? Somewhere. I can't remember what it is. The Fizz one, which I thought was pretty good. But yeah, Beanie brought me down another box full of stuff. Some Van Leeuwen Bros, some Mountain State, some Defined, a couple Defined combos, another Defined oil. Yeah. Tailored. What else? Brought me in another Beard Man classic grooming one. You know what I'm talking about? Which I've never tried, so I'm pretty excited for that. I've done 72 hours. Sucks because when you get to where you can't eat and you can only drink broth, so it's like an extra 48 hours, no solids. See, that's where I'm like, man, that's. I heard a lot of people say fruit smoothies. I believe they said like mangoes, bananas. Can't remember something else, but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm like hesitant, man, because I'm like I want to come out the gate and just eat like regular food again, but I know like you shouldn't, you probably can't. I was reading out, like I said, I was looking up some stuff on it, and like somebody said like they made meat that alone made them throw up, like just the smell of like meat while they were cooking it, and they couldn't, so they ended up throwing up. I'm like, that's wild. I haven't put anything just yet. For anything yet, just Old School by Raven in from last night. Right on. I don't think I've tried Raven. Reminds me of Raven's Revenge Candy. Let's go. No solids. We'll break Tuesday with fruit. Wednesday. Right on. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just want to come out of the gate and start eating again like regular food. So I'm kind of like hesitant to do it, but I think it would be a really good mind and body reset. You know, classic grooming is fire. That's what I've heard. I've never tried them. I've been very interested in trying them, but I never remember when I'm trying to look for products to buy. So I was pretty happy that Beanie brought me a couple oils. No butter, so sadly, if I want to try the butter, I'll have to buy some. He did bring me one Lux. I've tried Lux once a long, long time ago, and I just really can't remember. And it wasn't really something that I was really into. I feel like Lux does a lot of darker scents. So we'll see where I'm at with this one. Yes, yeah. That's where I'm like, oh man. I'd be like, I just want to eat a big old steak. No broth, Archie. What do I get back into? Give you solids, but more likely to get nauseous. Hey, we got nausea meds in the cabinet. Just take some of those. Yeah, no. For the longest time, I didn't like the smell of, like ground meat while cooking it. So I don't even know if I'd be able to go right back into like cooking up some steak at that point. I probably would end up nauseous too. I'd be like, oh, try to cook something. I'd just be like, oh, this is gross. I'd just be like, well, nope, not doing it. So we'll see. Something I'm still kind of just doing a little more gathering of info on, and then once I feel, like I can, then I'll try it out. But there's always food in this house, which is it's great. I'm happy that we don't, we're not, struggling in that department. But it's just hard because we're always making something. Someone's always bringing something. So it's like, man, do you like to watch everybody just get down and be like, oh, I'm just gonna go hide in my room for like the next week. Forget you guys. I have the whole set of Distinguished Gentlemen. Gotta try the other 2 cents Classic Man's Hydro Mist is amazing. That's wild. Got a lot of it. Heck yeah, dude. I had actually sent Beanie a box with American classic beer company, old company that no longer around. They had this scent called Dark Matter, and he had like a hydrating mist. I opened it up because I didn't believe it was still good. It is actually, in fact, still good. I was like, "There's no way. There's no way this is still good." I'd never used it. I was like, maybe he'll like it. Actually, I believe I sent him the combo of it too. No, maybe just the oil because the butter I believe went bad. It was cool. Like that dude would paint his cans. Like there was a cool purple, metallic purple that he painted the tin in, which was tight. And then he had like a bottle too, with like a chrome top. Really cool. He would do some cool stuff. He had a really cool fall little lineup too. Like in like 2020, level 3 series, which is tight. Like matte black bottles, and then yeah, he had that hydrating mist stuff too. And I opened it up, and lo and behold, it was still good. I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, wow. I said, now I'm gonna have to do like a fragrance free oil so I can use it. Although, like, I don't know. I feel like the hydrating mist, like for the next day, if you just want to hurry up and just get out of the house real fast or something. Because if you have like a good oil, you really shouldn't need hydrating mist throughout the day. It's just my opinion, but we'll see. I feel like I couldn't believe it was still good. I was like, "This is awesome. It's still good." Because Dark Matter was actually one of my favorite scents from that company. I had quite a bit of their stuff before too. Bone broth at first, give it 30 minutes, and then you should be able to introduce solids without digestion issues. Yeah, see, that's another reason why you don't want to solid too, like right away. I think that's where I would struggle the most too. Like I just want to start eating a bunch of good food again. Sorry, guys. All right, gentlemen, I'm about to head out. Things to do. All right, Garrett, no worries, man. Enjoy your weekend, the rest of your Saturday, and hopefully you have some fun on your video game ventures. Trying to get your YouTube channel back up and running slowly, plus a new Garage Gym YouTube Shorts. Right on, everybody. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Garrett's YouTube channel. Is it the same tag? Yeah, it's obviously the same tag. That's what it says on there. Bearded Squad. Heck yeah, dude. That's awesome. That's what's up. I like seeing those the Garage Gym reels. Those are always nice, motivating. That's for sure. Maybe I'll see you on Warzone later. Heck yeah. I got a hydrating mist, but rarely use it on my beard. It's mostly for my head hair. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have a good oil, there shouldn't be a reason why you would need any hydrating mist throughout the day. I feel like it'd be more like, oh man, I'm just trying to get out of the house right now, real quick in the morning, like the next day, and be like, all right, let's go. So that hold you over till you can come back and like wash up and do your thing. Or if you just want to have like a lazy day where like the next day you're just like, all right, let's just and then do that. But yeah, I don't know if Melissa lets me. I'm about to do rank play with my buddies that are calling for me. Nice. Eggs also work, but super plain eggs. My eggs are usually super plain to begin with. Alley Cat's Brooklyn butter was the only butter I considered at that time, even close to Engler's Code. My beard adored bird oil or CBD, whatever it was. So good. Yeah, the alley cat butter's really good too. I like it. Said I still have a combo. It's still good. For sure, brother. For sure. There you go, guys. At the Bearded Squatch. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Garrett's channel. Show him some support. Go check out some of his motivating reels and shorts because, yeah, I think we all need them, especially if you're in the gym doing your thing. It's always nice to see somebody else putting in the work as well. Gets you going, gets you motivated. It's like when you watch a skate video and you're like, I'm going to go outside and do a kickflip. Of course, when that happens to me, then I just end up busting my butt on on the street, but it's all good. It's all good fun. Shout out 411 VN. Let's go. Greatest 50 openers. Man, I used to have that VHS. I think it was Gold Issue 50. It's the one I had. And it had Black Cat Video, had the Reason one. Something else, I can't remember. Those old skate videos were awesome. I actually still have a VHS player in the garage. But none of those VHS tapes. Now I wish I would have kept them, but it is what it is. Oh, goodness. Oh. Man, I'm like thinking of yard sales. I know, Archie, you like to do like you end up going to like antique shopping, right? Love how skate videos get you all amped up to bust kickflips over gaps and shit, then hit you with the gnarly falls at the end, right? Like it's wild. Like you really don't even know how many attempts they did before they even landed the whatever they were doing. In those videos, because even at the end they show you part of it, but you like. I was watching a Paul Rodriguez video, and he went to I think it's like in the back of a building, the little ramp, like a, and he went into like a gap over like curb or maybe like garbage can. I don't know, but it was just up the ramp and like he did like a backside kickflip. He kept trying to do it, couldn't do it. You got to put a pause on it. Came back to the spot, then finally did it. But he's like, dude, it just took me so long to do it. Like I kept trying and trying. And he's like, I finally just said, all right, I'll come back to it. And he ended up coming back a while later. And it was like a while later. And he finally, still again, couldn't land. And then finally he got that one. And that was it. He's like, all right, cool. But it's crazy. Like you really don't know how many tries they even did it before they actually did it or landed it. There you go. Bam. Look at all those BMX videos, man. Tell some dude do like a big old roof gap. It was like a on the roof or like a side of the building had like a planter, I guess, but into like in the street. And he'll come up and man, like up top. And I was like, dude, how many tries did that take him? Somebody did that too. It was like a street and it came down to like another street down here, but he had to go up and over this railing. And I'm like, that's insane. Like, of course, that reel was just him landing it, but I'm like, I wonder how many times. That's gnarly though. Cause like, what if he, slapped that rail? Dude, that would have just been like, what if they don't show you that, but what if I want to see like how many attempts and like what happened, between that because you just try and just like the ball rakes made me never try grinding. Heck, you can go popsicle a kickflip easy too, though. Yeah, rails are a whole different game than like flatland stuff, or I say maybe even ramps. There's some people who do some gnarly, like they'll do like a kickflip to like the grind. It's like, man, that's wild. Like, or they grind it, like do a trick out of the off the rail. It's like, man, that's just wild. Like, how many takes, like, and it really ends up only being like a 2-minute video part. And it's like, man, they put a lot of time into that video part. I don't know what's it called. Chris's favorite skater, right? Was it PJ? Is it PJ Ladd? Yeah, that's wild though. Was it downtown LA? Archie, you may know that 50 stair rail. I believe it's downtown. And Rob Dyrdek did it for like a DC commercial, and then they got Nigel Houston did it too. And of course, like now with like drones and stuff, it's wild though because like they took a drone to film it, and then you see Nigel Houston just busting, and they get the drone to come up and around. It's such a cool shot. But like even that's it's a long rail. It's a lot of rail. No tricks, just skated for travel. Yeah. You got, like I said, you got to do tricks or anything. Just getting out there, just even just riding down the road. See, up north where I used to live, small town, those roads were not made for skateboarding. They were nasty. All you hear is just vibrating the whole time down the road. So really, you'd have to like walk a lot of the time. We'll find like just a nice smooth, like where the tires kind of make contact with the road and wore it down enough. But even then, it was still pretty bad. Like a couple weeks ago, I went out front. I was like, "Come on, Cameron, let's go." He's like, "You can't do a kickflip, Dad." I was like, "Want to see?" Of course, didn't land any, but I did come very, very close. I'm like, "You haven't done it like forever." He's like, "I didn't think you could. You were just joking." I said, "No." Dude, I want to get some pit bikes. Be the nuisance of the neighborhood. Everybody would hate me if I got little pit bikes. Come on, I just want to get so I can ride to the mailbox. Like, no, you don't. So you want to do it so you can be a jerk. I said, I wouldn't be a jerk. So I'm not gonna like not keep it down though. There's plenty of little back roads we can like mess around with back here. We do have like this little like dirt road back behind our house. I go back there. And those people are gonna hate me though because there'd be a bunch of dust. Like it's pit bikes too, so if PD comes out, they can't really do much except tell me to, slow down. There's a grassy field right here out front with like a little hill. So I'm like, like that'd be fun. Try to make it into the street. An adult big wheel, heck yeah. I've seen those. I think Costco was selling those for a while. Like I feel like a long time ago that I saw them. That was like more than a few years ago. But I believe Costco was selling some for a long time. Those be fun. I've seen like the motorized ones. Are the ones you're talking about, or just like a really just an adult size one? That'd be kind of cool to get a little go kart too, though. I get another reason why I kind of just want to move out of like a subdivision neighborhood and just get a house where it's got a few acres so that we can do all that even further away from everybody. So like nobody can get all mad and call PD out. Have enough of a backyard to be able to do all that cool stuff and not have to actually ride on the roads and stuff. You know? I don't know. Police is probably too big to even see that comment. I'll leave it up for a minute. Yeah. I may just become the neighborhood nuisance just because I take the little JBL speaker with me to ride bikes instead of headphones. I figured it'd be easier for me to do that so that my son can also listen to music while we ride down the road instead of like headphones, and then he wouldn't be able to listen to nothing, and then I wouldn't be able to hear him either. So I figured just doing that. So we'll see. Oh, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play Brandon's rap while I'm riding my bicycle down the road. Let's go. I'm gonna make Cameron play it on his so that I can film it because I need a secondary device or like a GoPro. That'd be kind of cool because I wouldn't be able to go live and do music while riding a bike down the road because then that's the same device. Yeah, I don't think his name is, but I don't know if he sees the comment, but usually he's all smoked out, so he tends to go silent for a minute. Tell you that song is ridiculous. Like I showed my wife that song a few years back, and she's like, "What the heck is going on?" I said, "I don't know, but it's funny." We're just sitting there just laughing at this. I was like, I can't not listen to it again. We listened to it like 3 times. It was ridiculous. Roll the windows up when I get in the car. That's actually a remake. The MGK version is not the real one. The real version is, or the original version is Mike Posner. But IG didn't have it, so I posted it with the MGK version. There we go. There's your answer. Yeah, everybody. Well, see. 3 of us didn't go to the river. The house is so quiet. I'm like, wow. It's kind of scary. Not bad. I mean, sometimes it's just nice. So I like kids go to school through the week. It's like dead quiet. Lunchtime is nice. Just get to relax. Take a nap. That lunchtime nap. Although that lunchtime nap is a kind of sometimes gets you. Like it's either a good one or it's I get wake up and I'm just more tired. So it's like try not to do it just in case I end up too tired afterwards. And you can tell like when you eat things that you're not supposed to. Because I had a plate full of those chicken rings and fried pickles, and I instantly started getting tired. I was like, "Oh man, I'm going to a food coma." Versus like when I eat, like ground turkey and eggs, maybe some fruit, vegetables, I can power through the rest of the day just fine. But oh man, big old plate the other day, I'm just like, oh, dude, I just want to take a nap right now. It was bad. Sonia, if you follow Lease on IG, he posts a lot of stories. You'll see what he means by that too. His room is getting cold. I forgot to turn the fans off. I always forget. My wife always likes it really cold in here, and it's like, man, I'm like freezing. It's like, come on, can we just turn them off for a little bit? I can't believe I haven't finished that energy drink yet. It's probably because it's a peach flavor. Because that peach is not my favorite, but that one's pretty good. I think it's the one I would get again. Or that the movie The Amateur. Anybody watched that yet? Came out last month, a few weeks ago. I still haven't. I want to. It looks pretty cool. Lawrence Fishburne. And what was it? Raheem Malik. Got you, Fleecy. Got you, bro. I watch all the stories. Usually, when I watch the reels, I'll go and like all of them, and then I'll go back and like read them and see them all. I got to think what I'm going to do for lunch. Probably leftovers, Little Caesars, man. I got way too much. Should have listened to the wife. I only got a couple, like 3. Maybe make some hot dogs. Shout out Hot Dog Crew. Shout out J Fox Hot Dogs. Yeah, it's usually what I do. I go through them all, like them all, and then I'll go back and watch them all. Oh, goodness. Well, it's almost 12 p.m. here in Arizona. I think I'm going to call it. May or may not see me in IG 5 times, like Ray likes to say. Yeah, I don't got very much planned for today. People are probably putting up their yard sales right now. Not like I got much money to do yard sales, but it's always fun to see what everybody else has in their house and in their garage that they don't want anymore. Sometimes you come up on some cool free stuff too, though. People just want to get rid of it. Like, here, just take it. It's like, all right, cool, thanks. There you go, please. There you go. But I'm gonna call it. As always, guys, I'm gonna leave you with this. Kind. Be compassionate. Everyone's always going through something. Everyone's going through something we have no idea about. So remember to always be kind, compassionate, helpful. Help others whenever you can. See someone struggling, help them out. Smile, say hi, hold the door open. One small act of kindness can change their day for the better. You have the power to do that. And I will leave you with this, and I did post this on my story. Learning to be calm when you're disrespected is a superpower. Not everybody's actions towards you requires your reaction. That's what that tells me, right? And it's super powerful because I work on the phones. So just remembering the fact that though I am being disrespected doesn't mean I need to be crazy. Just by remaining calm, I'm winning, and makes me, be a better person. It makes me learn a little bit more about myself. As wild as it is, they expect you to respect them, but I can't have that expectation, and it's not okay. But it is what it is. But remember, learning to be calm when you're disrespected is a superpower. So Hope everybody has an amazing Saturday, an amazing weekend. I'm always here for everybody. Always DM me if you're going through something. You need to talk, you need to vent, and listen to ear, whatever. Let me know. If you're going through, struggles financially, we can always come together as a community, see what we can all do for you. So just remember, guys, being kind is free. So be kind always. Later, guys.